Let's welcome former CBP Acting Commissioner Mark Morgan back to the show. Hey, Mark, it's good to have you on. Okay, so border authorities increasingly warning the Biden administration is now setting up another large-scale illegal immigration crisis at the border. But President Biden's Attorney General nominee, Judge Merrick Garland, said, quote, "I have not thought about whether illegal border crossing should be a crime." What was your reaction when you heard that?
Look, Liz, I think it really represents just how radical that the far left open border advocates really have become. The would-be attorney general stuttered and stammered and said he hadn't even thought about one of the most significant issues facing the country, and there was a central theme in the election. It's unbelievable that he couldn't clearly say illegal immigration is a crime and appropriate consequences should be applied in accordance with the law. It really was disturbing to watch today.
Okay, let's watch Judge Garland on that. Let's take a listen. Watch this.
Do you believe that illegal entry at America's border should remain a crime?
Well, I haven't thought about that question. I just haven't thought about that question. I think the president has made clear that we are a country with the borders and with the concern about national security. I don't know of a proposal to decriminalize but still make it unlawful to enter. I just don't know the answer to that question. I haven't thought about it.
Okay, it's not just people coming from South America or Central America, Mark. You've been on, we've had other officials on saying people coming in from Pakistan, China, from Africa, from Iran, from the Middle East. So can you speak to that?
Yeah, look, Liz, and I appreciate you. You're one of the few hosts that continually bring this up to educate the American people. Look, on average, trying to illegally enter the border Patrol CBP encounters people from 140 different countries. So that's why we say when we're talking about border security, first of all, it's not just about the southwest border, and it's not just about illegal immigration from the vulnerable population from the Northern Triangle. It's about a variety of threats that really is with respect to the Western Hemisphere and beyond. And that's why borders are so important to really address the myriad of threats that we face every single day to protect this country.
Yeah, Lindsey Graham is also saying we're now seeing caravan after caravan potentially coming. We also have this story. The wife of Joaquin, let me back up. El Chapo's wife was arrested in Virginia for trying to set up another narco trafficking ring. Can you speak to that?
Yeah, I tell you. So I don't know the details about the investigation, but I have read the affidavit that supported the arrest. I tell you, kudos to the FBI. But these investigations are challenging. It takes sophisticated techniques. It takes tenacity and long-term commitment, cooperating witnesses and et cetera. And I tell you what, the FBI did a tremendous job. And what this should remind the American people and your viewers is that we talked about threats a minute ago. This is another example. The cartels and smuggling organizations are alive and well, and they threaten our country every single day. And I keep telling people that, look, if you have a meth overdose in Ohio, mark my words that meth came from the southwest border and was driven by the Mexican cartels. So this is another blow. This is another indication with respect to the threat facing our borders every single day, Liz.
Yeah, and El Chapo's wife, Joaquin Guzman's wife, if found guilty, she could face a minimum of 10 years in prison, maximum could be life, and a $10 million fine. I want to move on to this. So the border authorities in Cincinnati, Ohio, actually one of their German shepherds sniffed out 44 pounds of cocaine packed in cereal boxes. It's being called frosted cocaine cornflakes. You're looking at the packaging there. So street value, $2.8 million. Can you talk about this? A brand new way of trying to smuggle drugs. It was coming out of via South America in through Cincinnati, going to a private residence in Hong Kong. Can you talk about this story?
Yeah, Liz, I tell you, as that commissioner of CBP, these incidents would come up almost on a daily basis. And even though I was there for a while, I was still blown away by the different techniques and tactics that these criminals were used. If you talk to CBP officers, it's just another day because they see this all the time. As soon as we learn a technique or a tactic and we close that down, they came up with another one. They're very innovative. I always joke halfway that they could teach a business class at Harvard about business resiliency and innovation. This is no surprise. This kind of seizure is done almost every single day, Liz. And again, it's another example of the constant threats facing our borders and why border security along all our borders is so critical for the safety and security of this country.
I mean, you guys, CBP seized 3,700 pounds of drugs on any given day, a typical day last year at ports of entry. God, it's amazing the work that you and your team have done. And we thank you for your service to our country, Mark Morgan. Thanks for joining.
Thanks for watching the Heritage Foundation's YouTube channel. With more than 500,000 members, we are the nation's largest conservative research and education institution. We believe the principles and ideas of the American founding are worth conserving and renewing. Please help us further our mission by subscribing to this channel and sharing our videos with your family and friends.